Beyond the 10 Commandments are several other laws that God wants to write on the tablet of our hearts. Good morning, you're welcome to Daily Dose, and I bring you word from the Lord. 1Corinthians chapter 10 verse 23. It says, you're certainly free to eat food offered to idols if you want to. It's not against God's laws to eat such meat. But that doesn't mean that you should go ahead and do it. It may be perfectly legal, but it may not be the best and helpful. You know, people like to, maybe the propensity of humans to want to box God into a place where they want exact laws. Don't do this, don't do that. And I think it might have stemmed out from the 10 commandment. But beyond the 10 commandments are several other laws that God wants to write on the tablet of our hearts. That's why somebody can fulfill all the laws and then still be in sin, because sin is not about the fulfillment of law or not. It is about God, you listening to God and doing the dictates that He wants you to do. That's why the rich ruler went to Jesus Christ and he said to him, he says, what must I do to earn salvation? You would have wondered that this man is rich. He's also a ruler, which means he's a religious person. And he said that, he says, have you fulfilled the law? He said, yes, I've done that from while I was a child. I've always fulfilled the law. When you see those folks also who go into the courts of God, when Jesus was mentioning it, he said there was a rich person who is also a ruler. He says the man was beating his chest and was speaking about the fact that, you know, he had fulfilled every single aspect of the law. The real thing is not about eating the meat offered up to idols or not. It is essentially, does God want you to do the things that you're doing? So somebody can fulfill all the law and still be in deep sin, because the real sin is you missing the mark on the context or in the context of what God wants you to do. So Jesus gave the man his own real law. He says, go and sell everything that you have and follow me. He said the man was sad. So what that means is that there is an overall concept of the law that a man can follow judiciously. But there is also the specific law that God wants to give to every man, which He wants to write on the tablet of your heart. The moment you violate that, you are in sin. So what the real law is that, are you ready to follow the dictates of God when He comes or when He calls upon you to do the things He wants you to do? So Jesus must have done every single thing correctly. Healed the sick, raised the dead, did all of those fantastic stuff. But when He came to go into the cross, if He bailed out, it would have been in grave sin. So what is the real demand that God is placing on your life as a specific instruction from Him? That becomes your exact law. When you violate that particular one, you have violated every single thing. And this is why it's important to get into the courts of God and understand the demands that God is placing upon your life per time. When God says a certain thing, are you ready? Are you willing to be obedient to Him on those things? And it's not about eating food offered up to idol or not eating. It is that, does God want you in that kind of position for what He wants to have for you? I mean, we have conversations about wearing a cap in the church or not wearing a cap in the church. It's not about all those rules. It's essentially about what God is demanding from you. I hope that has helped you this morning. Until tomorrow, when I bring you another word from the Lord on another episode of the Daily Dose, please keep liking, keep sharing, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. God bless you.